We have been there. Some of us are going to be in that situation, and some of us are already in that situation where we feel that we have this role of fixing other people into the definition of what we think they should be, because according to us, that is the best for them. That is how they should be. That is how they should be living their lives. And we have tried so many ways. We have tried prayers. We have tried bringing in several genuine actions so that we can help these people be the person we want them to be. But then we keep failing, and sometimes the people we want to change lock us out. They block us out, showing the red lights, showing the red signs that they don't want us to do that for them. But then we can't ignore it. We can't ignore the fact that we want the best for them and want them to change to be better people. And it keeps tearing us down into pieces. It keeps killing us because we are not able to bring the best version of the person we want to change. So how do we fix that? How do we fix the need of wanting to change someone? How do we fix this pain that we feel if somebody does not change into what we want them to change into? How do we accept them for who they are without feeling the pain of not being able to fix them? How do we keep loving and showing affection to them despite the reality, despite who they are? Question number one, how do we let the pain go away, the pain of not being able to change someone? So the first thing is acceptance. Accept that you feel what you feel because you're unable to change the other person. And then track down, before we go to tracking down, I want you to acknowledge that whatever you feel is okay. I want you to know that it is a form of love and care for the other person because you want the best for them. Yeah. But then another thing you need to do is ask yourself why. Okay, people might be behaving the way they behave because every one of us has a different journey in their lives, okay? And sometimes we have to experience some things for us to change. And just because somebody wants us to change, it doesn't mean that we should or it makes sense to us, you know? So the second thing after accepting whatever you feel, you need to ask yourself why. Why is it that your state of happiness is linked to this person's state of who they are or what they are experiencing? Okay, it's human to feel what other people feel, but when it becomes a need, it becomes an addiction for us to fix other people, that is a problem. It shows that it's about us. It's not even about the other person. It's about us wanting to see another person in a certain way so that we can be happy. And we are not going to achieve happiness until they change the state. And it's not worth it because sometimes people might not change as fast as we want them to change because they have their own journey and they're experiencing totally different stuff compared to what we are experiencing. So it's high time you ask yourself why. And one of the reasons it could be because you feel that void inside. There's something that you need to address inside you. And instead of looking outside, you need to go inward and ask yourself why. Why is it that my state of happiness will only be there if I'm able to fix someone? And when you look at it, you're not even in control. You cannot control another person. What you need to do is fix this void inside. And you need to know where it comes from. Ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Do your research until you find the reason as to why you think you should be fixing the other person. The third thing is also acceptance. Accepting that you are not in control. Accepting that there are some things you can't control, especially other people. You can fix yourself. You can look inward, fix your mistakes, fix everything. But before you fix yourself, you cannot fix other people. And there's something contagious about going inward. Once you go inward and you accept every part of you for who you are, because you are not flawless, you're full of mistakes, and maybe according to another person, you should change too, you know. So one thing you can do for yourself is accept that you're not in control, and part of accepting that you're not in control is going inward and accepting yourself. Once you accept yourself for everything, because you're not a perfect thing, you make a lot of mistakes and you pick yourself up each and every time. Once you accept yourself, it's so easy to accept another person for who they are. And once you accept the other person for who they are, it's so easy to bringing them in and influencing them into changing to the person you think they should change to, even though that need should not be there in the first place. So the second question was, how do we accept them for who they are? And some of the answers are in the first question that we answered, but then there's something to add. Okay, it's going to take time before you fully accept it, and you have to remind yourself every time that these thoughts come into mind, that every time this sadness comes into mind, you need to remind yourself that you are not in control and that you're doing the best you can to help the other person, but then you cannot change what is not in your control. So keep reminding yourself these words, keep telling yourself that it's okay to feel that way, because it is a form of care and love for the other person, but also keep reminding yourself that you are not in control and you're doing everything you can to help the other person, but the only thing you can do is show up when they ask you to. If they did not ask you to fix them, don't go in, because instead of you fixing things, you could get them to the worst level. You could bring stress between you and the other person that you think you should change. So it's going to be hard, but you need to keep on telling yourself that it's okay if you're not able to change someone, and it's okay. Like, you need to talk to yourself until the inner child in you is going to understand, and tell yourself that the big thing you can do is pray for this person. Prayers work like in tremendous ways, right? You might not be able to change someone because guidance is not in your hands, okay? It is in the hands of the Almighty. So the next thing you can do, and the thing that is in your control, is prayer. Like, pray for this person, pray for them to change to that person you want them to change, to that person you think they should change into. But at the same time, remind yourself that you are not in control, and if the Almighty wills, they are going to change with their own time, with their own experiences, and eventually you will stop feeling the pain of not being able to fix the other person. So the other question was, how do we keep the love for them going? So once you answer the first two questions correctly, acceptance is so important, okay? Prayer is so important. Yeah, so acceptance is so important. Prayer is also so important. And once you accept that you can't change the other person, you automatically behave normal with them, okay? And once you behave normal with them, you show them care, you show them love, you show them that you accept them for who they are. Sometimes we need to be accepted for who we are. Sometimes we don't need to be fixed for who we are not, because as I have said before, we have different parts, and sometimes it takes us experiences for us to change into people that we should change into. So keep praying, but also keep in mind that you're not in control, and that by you behaving normal towards this person without feeling the need of wanting to fix them, if the Almighty wills, this person is going to change, and you will raise your hand and thank God for it. But then you have to address this pain that you feel right now for not being able to fix somebody else. Because if you don't address it, you're going, instead of responding with care and love to the other person, you're going to respond with aggressiveness, you're going to respond with anger, and the more you do that, the more you're pushing this other person to the wall, and chances are you're not going to be able to fix the other person. So the thing I want us to carry from this video is that if you want to fix someone, start by going inward and fixing yourself. Fix that void you feel first, because if your pain is if your state of happiness is regulated by how somebody behaves, then chances are you're not going to find satisfaction, or you're not going to find the happiness that you need. So what you need to do is go inward, address what you feel, accept it, work with that, and by doing this, you're going to respond to the other person in a normal way, in a more caring way, in a more peaceful way. And by doing that, you're going to create a conducive environment for the other person to become the best version of themselves, because they see the best version of you. And energy is so contagious. What you do to yourself, you tend to transfer it to other people, and that is how goodness is, and that is even how bad things are. Once you feel bitterness inside, you're going to project that to other people, and chances are they're going to respond with bitterness too. So you're not going to be helping out if you don't fix the inner part of you. So if you want to fix the other person, go inward and fix yourself first. Fix that void that you feel, that need that you feel. And by doing that and keeping on praying for the other person, miracles are going to happen. And also one thing to highlight is stop yourself from waiting. Stop yourself from telling yourself, I'm going to be happy if this person changes. Tell yourself it's okay, that they have their own journey, that when time comes that is right, they are going to change into the person that you want them to be. Yeah, so that is all for today, guys. It has been an amazing session with you guys. Yeah, I hope you pick that one thing that you are supposed to hear from this video. Support a sister. Comment below, like and share this video with your families and friends, and make the wisdom flow by you.